Well, it's Monday, February 5th, 2024. It's about 10:30 in the morning or 10 or something like that. And wind's blowing strong from the north. The forecast for the rest of February and March is, 50s, 60s, and 70s actually. This Friday it's supposed to get up to 72. I wanted to talk about somebody's comment, and this is the theme that I've been seeing over and over again in some of my comments, and I don't know what I can do to fix this perception because so many people have damaged the perception. But the idea of farming or animal husbandry, that it's cruel in one way or the other. First of all, that's not the right word that I think the person was trying to use. The word cruel kind of, it has the idea of intentionally causing harm or pain or suffering or something like that, when I don't think anybody that works with animals wants to harm the animals. Quite the opposite. It breaks our heart when our animals hurt, and we're always looking for ways to alleviate the suffering and the pain that just life brings with it. Like, I don't want the animals to starve, I don't want them to be sick, I don't want them to be injured. And sometimes we kill an animal when it's suffering too much, right? I had to kill an animal. She had gone down, she lay down, she didn't get up, and she developed, as a natural result of that, probably pneumonia or something like that. But she was in a lot of pain, and her back was arched. And the simple reality is that you can't, once a cow lays down, there's really not much you can do. Yet the cow can't live lying on his side or her side for very long. And so I killed the animal. I shot the animal in the head. And not because I wanted to injure it, but because I wanted to end the suffering. Is that cruel to kill an animal that's suffering like that with no hope of recovery? I don't think so. I think that's the opposite of cruel. Then the question becomes, what about harvesting the animals? I watched a video recently where the rancher said, no, don't call it harvesting, call it slaughter. Call it what it is. Use the word that our ancestors used. So the slaughter of animals. And I know that we have this reputation in the popular culture that slaughter is a bad thing. That it's a little bit different than hunting, obviously, because hunting, maybe there's some noble attributes of hunting where the animal has a fighting chance to escape or something like that. But slaughtering is entirely different because it's inevitable. The animal has no choice. Is never given an opportunity to escape or run or anything like that. But I think this misperception comes because people have detached from reality so much that they fail to recognize that meat, it's not murder. Murder is the taking of an innocent life, a human life, right? You can't murder animals because they're not human. But meat is, you eat meat because an animal died. It would be inhumane to harvest the meat off of animals that are still living. Like to cut the side of beef off of a living cow and keep it alive. That would be inhumane. So we kill the animals. We slaughter them. And maybe the sheer scale of the operation, because of the number of humans that are alive and that eat meat, maybe that frightens people. I'm turning the camera this way because of the wind. It's about 50 degrees. The sun is warm. I'm not wearing a jacket. I'm warm, but the wind is cold. Anyway, I think you have to understand the reality of nature, that we don't live in a fantasy world, and meat doesn't magically appear on your dinner plate. It doesn't magically appear in the grocery store. Our bodies, the way they work is they need meat. It's not just a craving. It's not just a selfish desire. Well, the selfish desire, if there was one, would be the desire to survive, which I don't think living is a selfish thing at all. Everybody has the right to live. Everybody has the right to do those things that are necessary to sustain their own life. The issue comes when you start interfering with other people's lives. But anyway, so you need to sustain your life, so you need to kill animals and eat. If you believe in the Bible, that's a commandment from God. That's reality. That's not, some arbitrary creature doing an arbitrary thing for an arbitrary reason. That's just the way nature works. We are, for better or for worse, the apex predator on this planet. And it's not because we have the sharpest claws or, the longest teeth or anything like that. The reason why we're the apex predator is because of our ability to think and reason, and also our ability to have compassion. I can't think of a better animal on this planet to govern over all the other animals than humans. Dogs don't have compassion. Cats don't have compassion, certainly. And cows don't have compassion. Monkeys don't have compassion. Only humans. We're unique in that when we see a baby animal, we think of it like a baby human, right? We anthropomorphize the animals around us. And so there's this weird intersection where in our imaginations, we imagine these creatures to be baby humans, and then we have to kill and eat in order to survive. And so we're like, well, taking a human life is wrong, so taking an animal life should be wrong too, because animals are like humans, but that's not correct. So I think the act of killing and eating an animal reminds us of our awesome responsibility on this planet. We alone have the capability to manage and to be stewards over this planet. We alone have the capacity for compassion. We're the only creatures on planet Earth that actually cares about the suffering of other animals. And, I can't imagine a better way of putting things together than that. So anyway, be it what it may, I want you to remember every time you take a bite out of a meat or a meat product that you are able to do so because some animal died for you. And it's not some weird religious thing. Sorry about the wind noise, and we got a little sore here on the fence I have to fix. That's not a weird religion thing. That's just the nature of the way the universe works. So be grateful for that animal. Now, as a rancher, if you bought one of my animals, I can tell you, I take videos of my animals, right? You're looking here at a bull. These animals, they live as well as I can possibly manage in as natural an environment as I can manage, right? I set up these wires so that I can grow as much grass as possible so that our animals can live on grass, which is their natural food. And I give them a clean environment. I move them off their manure. I feed them fresh hay when there's not enough grass. I give them protein supplements, which is important as well. And so that animal lived and died so that you could eat, right? And I want you to remember that. If you have the opportunity, I encourage you to take it. The opportunity that is to either hunt and kill an animal or to slaughter your own meat and eat it. I think you will be surprised at the emotions that you experience when you do that. I think you will be pleased with the outcome, and it'll help you understand better about what nature really is and our role in it. As I said before in a video a long time ago, my ancestors, since ancient times, and by ancient I mean like the beginning of civilization, have worked animals. As far as we know, since the beginning of time, we've raised animals and we've slaughtered them and eaten them. And every one of my ancestors, I'm pretty certain every single one of them was concerned with the animal welfare and wanted to provide the best conditions for the animal to live. Maybe they were selfish because they just wanted to eat the best meat possible, or maybe they genuinely cared for the animals. But I can't imagine anyone working closely with animals for any period of time and not feeling compassion for them. So guys, have a great day. Take care and bye-bye.